69, 70. Okay. So for all you clowns that like to... You know what I think? I think it's... Hi guys, I'm James, the Bigfoot born to be wild. I'm in the woods a lot. Over here. Don't go Bigfoot hunting tonight. The parental trying to get you. Anybody up yet? Someone took my soda. I had a soda in here. Hey, what are you doing out here? You filming already? Why so early? Oh. Well, I guess, everybody, welcome to an early edition of Meeting Bigfoot. Last time we spoke, I mentioned I was going to record tomorrow night. Of course, that was last night. I was planning on doing some perimeter checks and checking out the perimeter sensors and all that stuff. As I mentioned, we've been finding mud on them in weird spots, and, you know, we already told you about that last time. But anyways, since he's filming out here, I hate waking up first thing. In fact, hang on one second, I'll be right back. Feel kind of naked without my Bigfoot hat. So good morning, everybody. I'm glad you tuned in. We had a little bit of a wild ride last night. Last time we spoke from behind the scenes of Meeting Bigfoot, I told you about my actually hearing some heavy tromping or stomping through the brush, which sounded like it was only maybe 20 or 30 yards max away from me. Of course, we're in a little clearing and it was off into the woods. I've only heard that once though, but I've got reports from other hunters, including one of our security personnel, that they keep their tent on the far side of the perimeter. They basically, you know, they're security, so they kind of stay a little closer to the front lines between us and on one side between the wild and on the other side between us and the public. You know, the reports talking about people hearing things just like I did, basically. What sounded like it was too heavy to be an elk. I'm sorry, too heavy to be a deer, but I guess, you know, it could be a moose, caribou, or something like that, you know, a large animal. But the funny thing about the one I heard, now I'm not so sure about the other ones, but the one I heard, it really sounded bipedal to me because, you know, if you've ever walked through dried leaves in your yard or anything as a kid growing up, you know, there's a sound where I imagine a four-legged animal would be like because of 4 different feet. Now I understand that sometimes they might, if you ever seen a horse in a show, rodeo or something, they can gallop and left and back right and front left or whatever lands at the same time. But, you know, come on, an animal walking through heavy brush, they're fighting their way through. They're not just galloping along or, you know, just strolling. They're having to step over stuff, and you're going to hear more than 2 feet landing. So that's what kind of got me. But when I heard that last night, you know, I didn't even get up for that because, you know, all the time, well, the time I heard it and the times other of the hunter team and even the security, when they heard it, by the time they notify anybody, or if it's a hunter themselves, before they can gear up with their trank gun or tracker gun, or even their camera with a good sized flood lamp on it, by the time they get out there, they can't find anything. And of course, you know, even with a lamp out in the heavy brush, it's too hard to trek through and try to be looking for any kind of crushed branches and leaves and stuff like that. And you do see them, but you can't tell how big the foot was that crushed them, unless they just happen to be a bunch of sticks in a row. How often does that happen? But my point is, so last night, when I heard that, you know, I was tired. We had a hell of a day yesterday, so I didn't bother getting my camera or nothing. I just kind of laid there. Well, when I woke up, I had this puppy still on my head, and it was actually still on, and I'll tell you why. I had a horrible night's sleep last night, and it wasn't because of the crunching, heavy stomping sound that I heard. I heard what sounded like a bobcat, hold that thought, like a large cat kill a dog last night. Now, there isn't really any wolves out here because they haven't been reintroduced to this reserve yet, but you know, about 8 to 10 miles from here, there's a gate to one side of the reserve, and just past that gate, there's residential areas, and I imagine a dog getting out once in a while. You know, there's stray dogs everywhere, could maybe wander in, you know, 8 or 9 miles into the reserve. I mean, you know, there's beautiful water. It's just a nice place. I mean, I'm here, but so I can imagine a dog coming out there. But here's what freaks me out. You know, if you ever heard a bobcat, they sound kind of like a, you know, I'm not an impressionist, so, you know, excuse my imitation, but, you know, they sound like maybe just a little bit larger of a house cat. Bobcats, you know, they weigh about 50, 70 pounds, you know, a good heavy one, but, you know, they still have a pretty much a high pitch, I guess, what do you call it? It's not a growl, but a screech or whatever, you know, a hiss, but what I heard sounded like a, well, I'm sorry, that's too much. It was more of like a sound. It was, in other words, it sounded like maybe a jaguar or a panther, or maybe even a leopard or something. I mean, fairly like, you know, if it was a leopard, you know, that sucker can get to 120 pounds, even up to 150 pounds if it eats good. And, you know, that sucker, wild bobcat, will attack a man, you know, if he thinks he's being sneaky or thinks he can get away with it, or if he's really hungry. But, you know, although you can get pretty screwed up, you can survive a bobcat attack. You know what I mean? Jab your eyes, whatever. You get some claws, and if you don't get cut in the vital area, you know, you can survive it. But, you know, a leopard or, you know, a jaguar, or, you know, I'm not sure what it was. Of course, I didn't see it. All I did was hear it. And I'm not real up to speed on what different cats sound like. It wasn't as heavy as anything like a lion, you know, or a tiger. But it was still... And let me tell you, that's not even the freakiest part. The freakiest part of it was, and what kept me awake all night with my headlamp on and staring out the windows and checking the sensors and stuff, was the dog. This is all I heard of the dog. It was a, and that was it. Imagine if you ran up behind your dog and kicked it or screamed at it, scared the shit out of it, and right in the middle of its scream, it just stops making noise. So it's like a, what I had imagined was the initial being startled with claws jumping on his back or something, and him reaching out to scream, and that cat instantly locking jaws on his throat. You know, that's how big cats kill. I'm sure you've watched a nature show before. Big cats always take their prey out by cutting off their wind supply and using their claws to keep their bodies away from them as far as they can, because a deer, antelope, elk, they all, you know, they run 50 miles an hour close to it, you know, pushing 150 pounds if it's a large, you know, antelope or a moose even. Pushing that kind of weight at those kind of speeds, you know, it's got one hell of a kick. With a tiny hoof and that fast of a kick, talking kinetic energy, it'll puncture right through, you know, just about any part of a cat, especially the underbelly. So they use their claws, push them away, lance on the throat, and just try to hold the animal down until it quits breathing. And then they do whatever they were going to either eat it there or take it off somewhere, like a leopard will take it into a tree. But But that was weird, man. That was the craziest part of it, and it scared the shit out of me, to be honest. Because in a large cat like that, you know, a tent ain't gonna stop it if it decides to come in. You know, might give you a little bit of warning, but that's about it. But the dog, man, the dog is what tripped me out. It was and that was it. No more noise from the dog. No more whining, crying, screaming, barking, moving, growling, nothing. Just whoop, and gone. I told the guy in the tent next to me, because everybody else was out on patrols and stuff, I told the guy in the next tent, I said, man, you grab your gun. He was one of the security guards. He was off last night. I told him, grab your gun, get over here and sleep over here, man, on the double side. He said, you can have the other tent right now, because the other guy, the other two guys that are usually in there aren't here right now. So just, and you know, it was just a safety in numbers kind of thing. But enough of that. I just want to let you know I haven't had much sleep, and I hate being filmed first thing in the morning, especially I haven't had my coffee. About to have my cigar though. So back to early morning Meeting Bigfoot episode. Oh, by the way, thanks for setting up the camera and waking me up. Not you guys. I'm talking about the guy that's got the camera hooked up. But I wanted to tell you that I thought about it for about 2 weeks, because I heard this from hold on one second. I heard this from a guy telling me that he was telling me that if you want to make it big in TV these days, you know, and while we're only a YouTube channel, we still, you know, we want some attention. We want to do whatever it takes to become successful, you know. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you like it and enjoy it. Now back to what I was saying. So, you know, it's just really tough to work that way. I think I lost what I was talking about. Hey, do you remember what I was talking about? Hey, you're supposed to pay attention, cameraman. Anyways, Hollywood guy. He tells me that, you know, nowadays, no matter what kind of show it is, if it's comedy or if it's serious, drama, horror, anything, it's got to have some kind of sexy scenes or what have you. I'm like, what do you mean sexy? We're a Bigfoot hunting show. He goes, well, you know, you got to have someone do a little changing their wardrobe or changing their clothes in front of the camera once in a while. I said, well, we don't even have no women on our team. Oh, by the way, speaking of women, we currently don't have any women Bigfoot hunters on our team, but I have got about 4 different apps in the last couple weeks or month and a half, I guess it was, and to, you know, just to be fair and be an equal opportunity employer, if you can call it that, we're going to go ahead and have at least one Bigfoot hunter be a girl in the future. We're still looking at the applications, and we'll decide. We'll let you know. There may be more than one. But let me say this: I could never ask one of them to do it, because, well, first of all, you know, they're coming on to become Bigfoot hunters. They either already have an interest in hunting or an interest in Bigfoot, and that's why they'd be here. So I could never ask them something like that. And besides, I'd be honored to have a girl on the team, because we've never had one before. So, you know, of course, I'm not going to ask them that. Now, I could ask one of the long time people on the show. You know who they are. But how can I ask them to do something if I'm not willing to do it? So I decided to take one for the team. Now, I've been thinking about it for a couple weeks, and let me just put it this way. Since this is an early morning episode and I'm still in my sleeping clothes, I'm going to go ahead and change in front of you. Now, don't laugh. I'm, you know, 43 years old, and I might have a wrinkle or two hidden behind all this old muscle. So, stick with me. Keep your eyes open. Oh, this is not a comedy part, so try to hold down the laughter, especially if you're in front of any beautiful ladies. Oh, damn it. That fucking Santiago let the air out of my damn couch again. What a butthead, man. Santiago, I know you're out in the field, but when you see this tape, I'm gonna get you back, brother. How dare you let the air out of my couch? I mean, I know it's funny, but that hurts, man. I'm thinking I could break my tailbone like that. You know, it's some hard ground out here. Anyways, Like my socks? Stripies. Oh, I broke my cigar. Gee, thanks, folks. Look, bug bites last night. Bugs eating me alive. Alright, get ready for a sexy show. Okay. Guess I gotta take my hat off. Boot 1, boot 2. Alright. Wow, these are kind of see-through. What do you think, folks? Should I put these on? I ain't got no underwear on. Well, you know what? I think I'm just gonna put them on top of my shorts. Oh, my butt bone. Sorry, Dialgo, I'm gonna get you, brother. Let me do the boots. Told you, 43 years old, that's what happens. You start losing balance. What really drives me crazy is sometimes I just start spinning. My mind, it's like the world's spinning around me. Of course, that's usually about a 12 pack of Coronas or so. I'm kidding, folks. That was just a little inside joke. Am I ready? My cigar broke. Well, you know what? Now I just got 2 halves. So, there you go. Oh, I forgot the butt scene. You tell me make sure you got a butt scene in there. There you go. So now, I've officially changed in front of the camera on our show. Hopefully we get 1 million views from this. Now, if you were thinking I was going to drop drawers and bare all, first of all, you should know this ain't that kind of show. This is a comedy. Intended for family viewing. Well, PG-13 anyways. And that's because, you know, sometimes when we're going through the woods, we hear something big and heavy running at us, or something scares us, word will pop out, you know. Of course, you know, I'm trying to maintain the minimum cursing right now on camera, but when we're in the field, sometimes, you know, hey, we get startled, or we step on something sharp, you know, or somebody takes a fall, you know, bad words are going to come out. So we're a PG-13 show. But if you enjoy a good laugh, remember to share. I mentioned this earlier. Laughter, in my opinion, is the best medicine. So remember to tune in on, or to Meeting Bigfoot, to have a great laugh. And don't forget to share it with your friends, because they deserve to laugh too. I mean, if you like them and you're a friend, I mean, you would want them to laugh, right? So make sure you like, click the like button, share, throw us some free promo. We're not too humble. We need your views. We need your help. We need your support. So make sure you tell all your friends about Meeting Bigfoot. And tune back in later. Now don't start sending me a bunch of emails saying, come on, bear all. I'm not going to do it. They don't pay me enough on this show. Rock and roll! Meeting Bigfoot. Tune in, share, subscribe. Later. Y'all wake up. It's already 8 o'clock. We got a long day of hunting. Who's got my fishing pole? Gosh, damn it. I hate looking for my fishing pole. Oh damn, why I gotta scream and yell at you? Why I gotta tell you guys? Maybe I should tell you, the audience. Leave me alone, man. See, you're tripping me all up. I just woke up. Can I have 5 minutes? Come on. Please? Hey, I love y'all. I'm just kidding. Make sure you tune in, okay?